So the last video was about Donkey Kong, and we're not finished with monkey business just yet. Check out Toki's story from the manual. So there I was, walking in the jungle with my girl Miho. Man, she's beautiful. By the way, I am, or was, Toki the warrior. Suddenly, I saw my worst enemy, Vuki Medlo the sorcerer, step out from behind a tree. With him was my second worst enemy, Bashtar, the invisible giant. I should say nearly invisible giant, because you can see his boots, gloves, and heart. Well, they attacked us. As Bashtar carried Miho off, Vuki Medlo turned me into a little, helpless monkey. I was in despair until the spirit of the jungle stepped in. The spirit was really mad about the sneak attack, and so he gave me the ability to shoot fireballs from my mouth. It feels like gargling. Now, to win back Miho and my human form, I must go to the Golden Palace to beat Vuki Medlo and Bashtar in a fair fight. But I'll do it, no matter what it takes. Come on along, it's going to be a wild ride. So you tell me, what were they smoking? Toki is a run-and-gun platformer where you play as the ape warrior named Toki and vanquish enemies by either jumping on their head or spitting fire at them. You can upgrade the weapons to be more powerful, become a spread shot, or become a stream of flames like a flamethrower. The special upgrades last only for a limited number of shots though. Other power-ups include a football helmet to make you invincible, a clock to add time, yes, the game has a timer, but it should never really impact you, shoes for higher jumps, and keys to progress. The usual hearts for life, extra lives, and food for points that no one cares about are here as well. The game starts by showing a layout of the levels you'll face in the game, almost like Ghosts and Goblins. The text at the bottom gives some context to the story between each level as well. Toki can spit fire up and diagonally, which is helpful as many areas require Toki to climb upward and there are plenty of flying enemies as well. The enemies in the game are all over the place in terms of theme. There are flying heads, lizards, ape warriors, other bouncing monkeys, tons of flying insects, and even a squid and I think a turkey. The boss battles are fairly simplistic. If you have a special weapon, you can make quick work of almost all of them. You're just shooting a barrage of fire spit at them while dodging their attack. In general, staying patient on the far end of the screen and just jumping and shooting over and over is a safe play for most bosses. There's a minecart level here as well, so if you thought Donkey Kong was the first primate to ride the broken rails, you'd be incorrect. There's also a floating ape head enemy that looks a lot like Andros from Star Fox. Aside from a few tricky parts that require a little practice, namely the cart stage, the game doesn't provide much challenge. Patiently vanquishing each enemy on your way through should get you to the end without much problem. All in all, I wouldn't tell you to go out of your way to play Toki, but it's an average platformer that's fun enough for a rainy afternoon. Toki was originally ported from the arcade, where the main difference aside from the graphics is that Toki lacks a health bar and can die in a single hit, resulting in greater difficulty. The NES port is mostly faithful to the level designs with a few tweaks along the way. If you want even more Toki, there's a few other ports, but notably a Sega Genesis version called Toki Going Ape Spit. This version removed all the non-spit power-ups, but has more levels and enhanced graphics over the NES version. Toki moves slower in this one, and the screen is so zoomed in that almost all jumps are blind and enemies come out of nowhere. One-hit deaths are here too. The Atari Lynx is actually a surprisingly decent port, with good visuals and mechanics for the handheld, but also has the one-hit kill difficulty. Well, that does it for Toki. Don't gargle Fireball, and thanks for watching.